I've got Paul from Blocksi here, who's going to be talking to us a little bit. They're one of the exhibitors here at the Bet Show, and a fantastic group of people. I've asked Paul to come over just to tell us a little bit about what Blocksi do.
Yeah, thanks, Tom. Appreciate the opportunity to speak to your audience. Blocksi is a company that we're a content filtering company, a classroom management provider, and student safety. And really our goal is to help students by empowering IT administrators to keep the bad of the internet out of the kids' hands while allowing the good in. And really empowering teachers to personalize the learning experience for each student in their classroom.
Let's focus a little bit about keeping the good in and keeping the bad out. What about content filtering? Because I know that's a key part of what Blocksi provides.
Absolutely, and what Blocksi does, we provide 86 different web filtering categories. So it allows the IT administrator to get very granular on their ability to set policies. Tom, you may need a different set a level to keep the internet.
I need a personal filter.
Right. And so everyone's different, everyone learns different, but at the end of the day, we want to make sure that if we're providing devices to these students, that we have some responsibility to maintain the safety to it.
Spot on. And I mean, it's interesting, isn't it? Because this is probably the most dangerous time, if you like, from an online perspective, that we've ever had. Yes. And things are evolving all the time. How do you at Blocksi manage that evolution of threats, if you like? You know, how are you managing that? What do you do?
So we have an AI technology that's scanning. You know, think about every day new websites come on board.
That's what I was thinking.
And so we, you know, as to keep up, we have a website checker, but our AI scans and puts it in our different categories to determine, is it a malicious or a phishing website that we want to keep out? And so we're constantly keeping up with it because the world keeps spinning.
It's a challenge, isn't it?
Very much so a challenge.
So you're at Bet Show. I mean, this is probably an obvious question, but you know, who are you meeting? What have you been doing here? Anything interesting? Any highlights?
Yeah, I mean, we're a US-based company, and so we're doing some expansion in the EU and the UK.
Are you newish into the UK EU market, or are you sort of just looking to grow a little bit more there?
I mean, we're newish, but we're looking to grow. We do some work around the globe, but the majority of our business is in the US.
So if a British or European school was watching this and they thought, you know what, we do want to think about this a little bit more, what's the best way for them to explore that? Obviously, you've got the website, but is there any, what are the best avenues?
I mean, they can go to Blocksi.net, which will give them all the information. We have a lot of different solutions. So we have our classroom management.
Well, I was going to ask you about that
as well.
Yeah.
And then we have our student safety.
Well, tell me a little bit about the classroom management. That's an area I'm interested in. Behavior, classroom management.
Yeah.
What do you do on that?
Yeah, absolutely. And so again, Blocksi.net for your listeners out there. We'll have different sections, but our classroom management allows it's designed really for one-to-one, but if students have devices in the classroom, think about, because you were a teacher, correct?
I still am.
You still are. So think about think about your class sitting in front of you.
Yeah.
Now they have technology devices.
Yeah.
We allow you, the teacher, Tom, to look on your screen and see what those students are doing on their devices. That's kind of the negative aspect. You know, I mean, like
monitoring.
Administrators don't want people, your teachers, sit behind the desk. They want you want to be teaching. You want to connect with them.
But it's a handy tool.
And but Blocksi really gives the ability for a teacher like yourself to personalize the learning experience. So not only can you see what your students are doing. So Paul would be in the back of the classroom, would be cracking jokes. And you would need to keep an eye on me. But on this, Blocksi allows you to share or enforce certain websites or LMS solutions or education applications specifically to me. So if I'm a troublemaker in the back of the class, Tom, you want to maybe lock me into a more specific learning path because I need a little more attention. Where the rest of the class, you can also push out content specific to their needs. Or if you're giving a quiz, we have secure lockdown testing environments with Google Classroom, Canvas, and a number of different solutions that make it easy in 1 or 2 clicks for you to put your students and direct them into that personal journey in the classroom that they need, while also giving you confidence. You know they're not going off into the World Wide Web of finding everything.
I've never used software like that as a teacher in 15 years. So it'd be really interesting.
It's a wonderful thing. It's very easy.
Yeah, I suppose you got. I mean, schools who have devices, whether it be iPads or whatever, this sounds like a really sort of great opportunity for them in that sense. And how many schools use it in the US? I mean, how many?
So we have about 600 districts. We serve over like 3 million students.
Yeah, mad.
Yeah. And so we're looking to expand, and we know there's some companies here. We've had a lot of great conversations at the conference here.
The reason I asked that is obviously, you know, if a UK or European school was to use Blocksi, they know there's that, you know, it's been used by 3 million students. There's a level of safety and security in that for them.
Absolutely, and we have clients that are all across the EU, but you know, mostly in the US, where we're looking to expand here. And we do. The technology is wonderful. One, really easy to set up, scalable. We're cloud-based, so from a filtering perspective, you don't need an on-site.
No.
You don't need anything on site. We're non-proxy based, so it's full transparency to all the traffic to your network, while also giving your teachers that ability to really personalize. Because at the end of the day, we want to teach students and really enable students to learn, and everyone learns in a different way.
Paul, thanks so much.